good morning.
And good morning to you, lovely ladies, and the whole team at Power. How are we doing?
We're doing well.
How's this weather?
Sure. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice indoor weather or in
Yes.
studio weather. You guys, it's soundproof here, so you can't hear all the water on the rooftops and stuff. But at least our dams are getting full, and the plants are getting watered, and trees are growing to give us more oxygen.
Our potholes damned. We forget
Very.
our bodies in
Yes.
the mix of our mental health.
Well, that's why the most important thing is to start doing things consecutively every day and to get well. And a lot of people don't know. Like, for example, if I ask you, hello, Pabi, how are you well? And you'd be like,
Fine.
I'm fine, I'm well. But are you really well? And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys today about. Because are you really well? And there are questions to determine if you are well. And that's what we want to talk about today. But we got to reach out for help, otherwise nobody will know. So these are some questions that you can ask yourself, and these cover all 7 dimensions of wellness, if I may go through them.
Yes, yes.
So number 1, what am I doing? What action am I following every day? Okay? What are your activities?
So is this physical actions?
Yeah, so I'm going to break,
Right.
let's break down our dimensions. We've got
Right.
physical wellness, we've got emotional wellness, we've got intellectual wellness, we've got social wellness, we've got occupational wellness, environmental wellness, and
Yes.
spiritual. Now, in order for us to be well balanced, we want to be well in all these different areas. So when I say, what am I doing? Every day, are you being active first and foremost? And how are you being active? Are you being active in functional, positive ways? Number 2, what am I feeling? So we need to pay attention to what am I feeling, because obviously what you feel, it comes through. It comes through and becomes manifested. So watch
I
what you're
just
feeling.
close my eyes
Yes.
and stand. What am I feeling?
Yes, for real.
Sometimes I think we think what we're feeling, but we actually need
Correct.
to feel. And I always point to my stomach, like
Yes,
my
'cause that's your
my
gut.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What are you feeling?
What are you feeling? What are you
tap
feeling?
in.
Tap in. And then what am I thinking? So what am I thinking? So because whatever you're thinking is eventually going to come out into actual words. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, because feeling behind thought creates power, and that's what pushes manifestation. Okay.
Feeling behind thought
Yes.
creates power.
For example, people think, but I've been thinking about this all my life. I want a new car and I want a new job, but you've just been thinking. You got to question, what do I truly feel? What am I in love with? Because the actual love feeling behind the thought creates power, because we have these different senses. So you got to see it, feel it, become it, believe it for it to have action and motivation.
And well, I suppose a car won't bring you joy, but you can have joy experiencing that car.
So, for example,
Right.
let's say you really want this Lamborghini or this beautiful Jeep, for example, and you go back to an anchor point of just holding your loved one again. Like, what makes you feel the most joy? And you go back to that emotion, and once you've tapped into that emotion, now you go onto that thought of the vehicle or the outfit or whatever with that same emotion, and imagine yourself driving in it, because your mind doesn't know that you're faking it. It just feels, oh, I'm in that car. You can go to that place without being in that place.
Yeah, there's magic.
Just
in our
like you
minds.
just like you can be in that car, but you're thinking about your bills and stuff, and you're not actually in the car. You're
Yes.
actually in misery. Like Tyson Fury, he's the lineal world boxing champion. He'll be fighting Deontay Wilder this month. It's a big fight, but he's come open with his battles with depression and everything else. And there was a moment where he almost killed himself, and he had everything going for himself, right? So this is a fact. His only medicine is getting up and training. And he says he was driving in this Ferrari and he was heading for this wall, and he just wanted to smash it. He says, I'm gone. My life is worth nothing. And something just told him, stop. He realized that by training and just by everyday training, not even particularly for that world title fight, but getting up and following the right action, the right feeling, the right thought, he started creating a new desire to come back. This guy lost over, when I tell you, like 50 kgs.
Wow.
He came back, he had 2 like Mickey Mouse fights, and then he fought the most deadliest hard-hitting right-hand boxer in the world to date. And it was a draw. This guy knocked him down in the 12th round. He still got up. But he says
So
it's,
he brought himself back.
and he said it's
all of this.
all of this. So what am I thinking? And now another question to ask yourself is, what are my social interactions? So as regard to social wellness, who do I hang out with? Where do I go?
Yeah.
Am I chilling at the bar? Am I chilling at the health shop? Am I chilling with my family? Am I spending quality time with loved ones? Who are you with? Because like attracts like. So watch what you're attracting, because that'll show you your mirror. Your mirror is in everything around you. Okay, so what are my
That's a
interactions?
very, very big deal. That's a
It
very
is.
good one.
And these
Yeah.
are some pretty honest questions, because once you ask yourself these questions, you're going to be like, okay, you know?
Yes.
And no one ever tells us how to be well. So I really spent a lot of time researching this and talking to professionals and like, okay, so how do we get to the nitty gritty? So one has to ask themselves these questions. The next thing is, what is my occupation? Remember we talked about it a lot last year.
Yes.
Like, I'm depressed.
Service, giving yourself.
So that ties into what are your values, because every human being has a value system. Like a lot of companies have value systems. Once you tie into what your value system is, and everyone is unique. I told you my value system when I brought it down wasn't to be a superstar or be at the top trend. It was no, to be of service. Yours might be to be a helper. Yours might be to love or to grow or to nurture. Once you tune into what your value is, that's when you see certain things are manifesting in line with your values. So maybe you want to be of service, or to be a nurturer of young folk or whatever, but you're focusing on how to be the best supermodel, whatever. That's not in line with your values. Maybe you'd be best in a line of work that's helping, or being a social worker. Because once you tune into your values, everything starts lining up. Oh, no wonder I didn't get that, because my heart was not really in it. So if you're in it, you're going to bring it.
If you're in it, you're going to bring it. Yes.
That's just freestyle. That came off the top of my head.
The dome. Off the top of the dome.
Off the top of the dome. I wasn't born in Rome, but I hit the microphone.
Lifestyle here on Power Weekend Breakfast. If you're asking yourself what we're talking about, it's about identifying the post-traumatic stress, our feelings, our past experiences. Sometimes, people say it's in your DNA, it's in your cells. So how can we work through that in order to have active spiritual wellness?
So now look around you. I mean, if you're living in a mess, if everything's untidy, you can't find anything. I mean, the outward sort of reflects the inward.
Totally.
So you can start seeing, okay, maybe something's gone awry. And so that's why I say look in your immediate environment, even your cupboard drawer. Just look around you and become honest with yourself. Just be like, okay, I got to straighten up a few things. Straighten up. And as you clean things up around you, or tidy things around you, even your yard. Now you go from your room to your lounge, to your whole house, to outside the house, to every area and environment. And you start finding yourself now paying attention to the roadsides, to the trees. And you realize that this whole earth is yours. Think about it. Who does the earth belong to? I don't see it copywritten by the president or anyone else. We all come and we go.
Yeah.
This earth, this universe is ours, folk. It's ours. So the more you become aware that it's ours, then you become accountable and responsible, and you start really wanting to affect change and taking care, nurturing what is ours. This abundance that we have. So that's environment.
I like that abundance idea, because abundance isn't hoarding.
No.
I think hoarding is a symptom of lack.
Yes. So
You're trying to patch things.
and you're holding on to it. Remember, more can only come when you let go.
Yes.
You have to let go. So there's
And
abundance.
so that ties in with
Yes.
clearing up, cleaning up, letting go.
Yes. And another thing is you got to give to get.
Yes.
It's got to flow through you, because if it's coming to you and it's not going anywhere, it's going to be like, well, there's a block there, so I can't go there. Think about water. It's trickling down this pathway, and it's going to keep on going to where it can continue to go to. If there's a block, it's going to start flowing back and out. So like with money,
It's stagnating.
yes, you got to give to get. You got to be kind. You got to give love to get love. So abundance is everything around you. Just look at these trees. There's abundance everywhere. Let it flow. So what is my environment?
Are we asking ourselves these questions every day? Are we
have to.
checking in from time to time?
All the time.
Yeah.
Some people that are religious folk will talk about, maybe I pray 3 times a day, maybe I pray once a week. I'm saying have this communion on an ongoing basis. Ongoing basis, as in, as soon as you're in wokeness, I say, or awareness, you are listening to what you're thinking. You're having this conversation with the whole awareness. You're in a different frequency, so you're constantly talking and pondering these things.
It's incredibly powerful.
Okay.
Incredibly powerful.
So that leads to what is my spiritual status. That doesn't have to be religious or anything else. That just means a connection to the highest power, to the Creator, to everything that is life, and when there's belief and love and a connection to that, there is hope.
Sure.
Because we all know when there's a lack of hope, one just wants to throw in the towel. We've got friends, especially like we grew up in the hip hop fraternity, and we lost a lot of good friends, like Double HP and others around the world, because they lost hope and they didn't see the value that people saw in them. So, and we want people to smell their flowers before they go, you know.
Sure.
Just please smell your flowers. Know that you're loved. That's why the questions are. Don't just say I'm well when someone's asking you, because maybe that person could actually help you. And people, when you're asking someone, are you well, mean it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, really want them to be well. So,
Because if you don't mean it, just say, I hope you're well.
hello.
It's
I
not-
hope you're
Where are you
well.
gonna start? Where are you going to start?
Start with you.
Just start.
About question one, we're just going to go over it a bit more. So what am I doing today? What you need to be doing is getting up, and obviously you want to get up, and the action must be putting something positive into your body. So I always say, get up, maybe have a tall glass of water. 5 a.m. club is a powerful club before the birds are singing and everything else. Try and do some exercise. If you're an early riser, get that exercise going. Number one, why? Because exercise is a natural antidepressant. It releases DHEA in the system, gets you going, and you're almost paying forth to your future. I'm working with a lot of elderly folk right now, and they tell me, Kaz, your health is definitely your wealth. When you get to our age and you're 86, 87, it's what you did when you were younger that pays now. If you didn't take care of yourself, you've got all these aches and pains, and you actually can't wait to go because there's no value of life. But if you have taken care of yourself, you say, and I say, how do you enjoy yourself now? Let's just say spending time with your loved ones, going for walks, the simple things. Your organs are working, and it just feels amazing. So get up and exercise once a day, 3 times a week, but I'd say twice a day if you can. And how I would advise you to do this is maybe get up and do a bit of cardio on an empty stomach in the morning just to get the blood flowing, and then you can do your compound or weight training, resistance training a bit later.
Even if it's just a walk.
Yeah, anything is better than nothing. Even vacuuming, playing, dancing. So by the right action, I mean action that'll give you some positive feedback.
I just always try to bring it down to very, very small things.
Yeah.
I think we do get overwhelmed.
Yes.
So even if you just go up the stairs, down the stairs,
Get up,
3
walk,
times,
even to walk.
done.
If you're at work and you can't get to the gym, get up once an hour. Get up and go for a walk. Go get a cup of tea, get some water. Even that action. Be aware of your posture. You know, just little things like that. Anything.
And so did we end with spiritual status?
Yeah, spiritual. So yeah, like I said, spiritual status is about you tuning into your system of connecting with the Most High. Remember, no matter what you think, there's one Creator. Whether you're an atheist, Catholic, or Muslim, Jewish, whatever, there's one Creator, and we just have a lot of different ways of communing with our Creator. But there's one. So let's look at each other as a family, right? We're all one family.
Yes.
And that's it. And there's God within and without everyone. Some people just don't realize that just yet. And until they do, that's their choice. But it's about acting so. Acting.
Act as if.
Don't talk as if, be as if.
Walk as if.
Yes.
Active lifestyle. I enjoyed this very, very much. We'll
Yes.
put this up as a podcast.
It's
so
nice.
We can go back and
Yes.
check these things out if you want to note them as well. As Abrams, how do we get hold of you?
So guys, if you'd like to book a session with me, a training session, I am at Picasso on Instagram, Picasso. I'm a shaper of minds, bodies, and souls. I'm based at the Killarney Country Club's gym on 5th, where I train people, but I'm available to help anyone by way of email. If you need any help, ask any questions. It comes for free. Just DM me and ask, and I'm there. And yeah, we're just here to change the world. There's a lot of clips on FitYard SA where you can see some exercises. And it's 2020. I like to do 20 reps. If you see any of those movements, just think 20 reps for each movement.
Cool.
And you'll be okay.
Kaz Abrams talking to us all about healing our lives through healing our bodies.